super nice rack, guys. This is the Madigan Motorsports spare tire rack, and I love it. This is awesome. I've had this for a while, and I just haven't gotten around to putting it on because it's had sand tires on it, and now we're getting into dirt mode to do some trail riding this summer, hopefully up in Mammoth and other cool places. So I wanted to get the tire off the top of the rack. I chose to have that rack mainly for the aesthetic anyways. It wasn't really necessarily, it was to hold the tire, but that's not why I bought it. And taking it off and putting it back on up there kind of sucks, to be honest, and doesn't fit underneath my garage door. So I was just always rolling the spare tire around. This is a more permanent spot. It's going to stay all summer, and I don't have to mess with it or think about it. And I think it looks really cool too. Also keeps a lower center of gravity. But the other benefits are, I keep a cooler under in the back, a little Yeti strap down, and I've got, a tool bag with all my tools. So it's going to provide a little bit of shade for the Yeti, just out in the sun. It'll help keep that ice maybe a little bit longer. And it's going to keep my tool bag from jumping out and me not knowing it on the trail, which has happened before. I've got it netted in here, but it has found its way out over some aggressive whoops. And luckily I went back and found it. So guys, if you're interested in the Madigan Motorsports tire rack, stick around. I'm going to show you how to get it installed. It took about 90 minutes, but that was with me filming it. Honestly, it should go faster for you. Very straightforward. I love it. Stick around. Let's get to it. All right, guys. So this is everything you get in the box. You have your hardware for all your mounting. You've got your shocks. You've got the strap for the tire, and you've got your rack itself. So there's not a lot going on. Doesn't look too complicated. I think it's going to be a pretty simple install. So let's just go ahead and get going. So before we actually mount the rack, let's just do all the hardware first. Makes sense. We'll get the hardware installed in the lift shocks. I got to relocate this fire extinguisher real quick, but we'll get all the hardware on and then we'll do the rack last. So the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to take out these 3 nuts. Okay, first step. So you're going to take the spacer, all right, that comes with the kit, and you're going to drop it down in that bottom hole. It's going to plug that up. These brackets, large brackets that come with the kit, they're going to be sighted, right? You're going to know which one goes where because the holes all line up. The 3 holes line up perfectly. And then you're going to take your latch strike, this guy, all right, and you're going to put that up here. There are 6 bolts. There's a long one with a washer. That's going to go down in this bottom hole. And then you've got 2 of the same size. Those are going to come up here for the top. Your bottom shock mount, all right, for the lift shock, see if I can brighten this up. So the bottom shock mount is going to line up back here with this top hole. All right, and I'll show you the hardware for that, but that's the guy you're going to go through for the bottom of the shock mount. All right, so you got your little lift shock absorber deal, strut deal thing, and you've got these 2 bits of hardware that come with it. All right, one of them has these really large washers, and you're going to put that on the bottom. All right, the little the big washers go on the bottom. The one without the washer is going to go on the top. We'll do that later. So this is really simple to do. You're just going to take it, stick it through the hole, and then go on the other side, throw the other back washer on and the nut, and get it tightened down. Okay, just like that. So you've got that guy in there. So most of your hardware is installed in the bed. We just got to go ahead and throw on the pivot for the frame itself. And I'm just going to split the harnesses here, assuming that's kind of where it's going to line up. I threw the rack back here just for a second, and it'll probably be in a little bit closer than this, but we'll be able to move it around. Ball mount, guys, for the shock absorbers, you're going to mount those with the ball side facing out, and the nut will go on the inside here in this middle bracket. We're just going to gently try to slide this out of the way because these guys will mount towards the inside, getting one through bit more. All right, pretty straightforward on these. They're gonna install with the little area here for your fingers facing, you know, that way, obviously. So this one's gonna go just like this with the latch keeper guy here facing down. It's gonna go on this side, and then obviously this one here will go on this side. It's already got the nuts and bolts in here. We're just gonna loosen them up and get this on the rack real quick. So kind of what I'm going for here, if you can't tell, is a bit of an angle coming down, you know, backwards a little bit, a bit of a rake back with this side of the tire just a little bit higher. I just like the way that looks, and if you pivot these around a little bit, you can do that, or you can drop this side, which would look kind of funny, or you can just keep it perfectly flat. But I'm going to lift this side a little bit to give it just that little bit backward slope. I'm not worried about seeing out the rear view with this on here because it's going to be too hard anyways, so I'm going to make it look the way I want it to look. So I'm going to get these guys set. The latches are on, so I'm going to get these guys set and tightened down, and we'll get the tire put up here. Well guys, that was a super straightforward installation. I hope you found this video helpful. It was easy. It took maybe, you know, aside from the filming fact, you know, 90 minutes to kind of get things lined up and done. Actually doing the hardware's 20 minutes worth of work. I spent more time fidgeting with the roll bar mounts just because I didn't want to take the bench seat out of the way. I was being a little bit lazy. I didn't want to take it completely out, so I was working around it. Otherwise, it works super, super smooth. Feels super sturdy, heavy duty. Latches, definitely going to be no shake or any noise or anything like that. So, guys, thank you. I appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do that. I'd appreciate it. Check out Madigan Motorsports. Obviously, I'm a big fan. I got a bunch of their stuff. Make super top quality cages and components and everything. I mean, they literally make everything. Great company here local to me. So I'll put the link in the description. If you reach out to them, hey, let them know you saw the video. But we'll catch you on the next video. Hopefully some riding stuff. RZR's back on dirt tires, obviously. And we've got some trail trips planned for the summer. So stay tuned, guys. I appreciate you as always. And I'll catch you on the next video. Bye.